Erwin Schrödinger, What is Life? With Mind and Matter and Autobiographical Sketches. Take a dive into the world of Erwin Schrödinger's What is Life? With Mind and Matter and Autobiographical Sketches, a compelling exploration of the complexity of life, identity, and consciousness. Through this book's summary, you'll be introduced to Schrödinger's thought-provoking ideas on why atoms are so small and how life forms are able to defy entropy through their intricate systems. Gain insights into the nature of consciousness, the role it plays in our evolution, and how it may hold the key to advancing our species. Embrace the challenging questions and profound ideas offered in this summary as we delve into the fundamental mysteries of life.
Why are atoms so small? In his lecture, Schrödinger asked why atoms are so small compared to living organisms. The answer lies in the behavior of individual atoms, which is disorderly and unpredictable, and only start to behave according to statistical laws when grouped in large numbers. For organisms to function properly, their parts must behave in an orderly way and obey strict physical laws. If all the atoms inside an organism were constantly responding to every force at once, the organism would cease to function. Thus, for an organism to benefit from the statistical laws that govern large groups of atoms, its body must be comparatively large. The power of small. Living organisms are composed of atoms that prevent erratic behavior, ensuring stable behavior. But small groups of atoms, too small to follow exact statistical laws, dictate the development and function of organisms. The ontogeny of an organism, from fertilized egg to maturity, is determined by a small part of the nucleus called the chromosome, which contains genes that determine the organism's properties. The chromosome structure provides instructions and works towards the development of the organism. Small structures have a significant impact on the overall behavior of living organisms. Quantum theory and the sudden leaps in evolution. Genes are remarkably stable over time, but the small number of atoms they are made of tend to be disorderly. Evolution occurs through discontinuous changes called mutations, which are less like Darwin's smooth, small changes and more like the sudden leaps of quantum theory. Atoms bond together to form molecules, and a molecule could change its configuration on the same timescale at which evolution occurs. A gene is like a huge molecule that can only change through large and infrequent jumps. Life and order. In his lectures, Schrödinger describes the concept of negative entropy, or order, that is vital to life. While classical physics would call order from order impossible, living organisms violate the principle of entropy by avoiding disorder and generating order. Life operates according to the dynamic principle, where order is obtained from order. Living organisms are built from particular solids called aperiodic crystals that are like cogs in an organic machine and allow them to avoid entropy. Schrödinger calls these crystals the finest masterpiece ever achieved along the lines of the Lord's quantum mechanics. Schrödinger's ideas played an important role in the discovery of DNA, as Francis Crick, influenced by these ideas, worked out the helical structure of DNA with James Watson and won the Nobel Prize. Understanding consciousness. The concept of consciousness is explored in this book, particularly from Schrödinger's perspective. The author argues that not all processes in the brain are accompanied by consciousness, and that consciousness in itself is a mechanism that allows individuals to respond to different situations. From this definition, consciousness becomes a teacher that educates individuals until they can do things without its assistance. In conclusion, consciousness is what allows all of life to become aware of itself, providing humanity with a deeper understanding of the world and our place in it. Humanity's future evolution. As conscious beings, humans may seem to have escaped Darwinian survival of the fittest. However, behavioral mutations can still play a pivotal role in human evolution. By making appropriate use of adaptations, individuals help the process of selection and ultimately determine their biological future. However, humanity faces obstacles such as tedious and boring jobs that could favor less intelligent people. Schrödinger proposes replacing humans with machines in such environments. While ethical codes and laws prevent people from letting others die, it doesn't mean that humanity has halted its evolutionary progress. Despite the absence of evolutionary pressure, behavioral mutations still contribute to human evolution. Mutations that lead to evolution are single, fortuitous steps that happen regardless of individuals' behavior throughout their lives. However, certain mutations cause further behavior that perpetuates and further facilitates evolution, as evidenced by birds that build nests high in trees to protect their young from predators. Behavior can direct the process of evolutionary selection, and humans must actively work towards their evolution rather than leaving everything to the laws of nature. Nonetheless, humanity faces obstacles such as tedious and repetitive work that could favor less intelligent people, affecting their chances of survival. Schrödinger proposed replacing humans with machines in unintelligent, mechanical work to avoid hindering the evolution of human intelligence. With this in mind, humanity can control its future biological evolution by regulating its behavior, thus ensuring a bright evolutionary future. The mysterious question about consciousness. The existence of sensual qualities is a deep mystery of consciousness that science cannot elaborate. While science describes light waves objectively, the sensation of color still remains in the mind of the observer. Consciousness is the only stage where all world events take place, and it contains the whole world. The answer lies in accepting that consciousness is one thing consisting of different aspects. When it ceases to exist, there's no real death involved.
In conclusion, what is life? With Mind and Matter and Autobiographical Sketches delivers an intellectual journey into the heart of life's most elusive questions. Schrödinger explores the significance of atomic sizes, how living organisms defy entropy by maintaining order from order, and delves into the mysteries of consciousness. In understanding his perspectives on the interconnected nature of consciousness and the world, we peel back the layers of reality and examine the role that it plays in the evolution of humanity. It is up to us to regulate our behavior and determine our biological future, making this summary an essential read for anyone interested in understanding the depths of life and consciousness.